So hi everyone, we're gonna do this time a sealed run in Neon Dynasty, and yes, we are sure that we would want to purchase this. Let's hope the gods smile upon us. Wow, this is honestly this is not too bad. I mean, March of Burgeoning Life, as an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of green cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Choose target creature with mana value less than X. Search your library for a creature card with the same name as that creature, put it onto the battlefield depth and shuffle. Yeah, it's so unlikely that this spell can work. At the same time, Invoke Justice is a very, very good spell. Eiganjo has been fantastic for me. There's always a target that can snipe. Risona, I haven't tried yet, but I can imagine Risona being good. Coming down on turn 3. In this format, there aren't that many creatures that can trade well with Risona early on. So she probably has a good chance to get the indestructible counter and then maybe attack one more time without fearing being blown out, without fear of a bad trade. Reckless Joy is a strange one. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of red cards from your hands. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Exile the top X cards of your library. You may play up to 2 of those cards until the end of your next turn. Yeah. And you may play, you don't have to cast them, which means that you can do lands as well. So you might do this for 3 at the end of your opponent's turn, and then the next turn you just play the land and another card that you got off it. Taz is obviously strong. The passive is maybe not that important in limited, but drawing 2 and then maybe discarding an artifact, keeping a card, turning artifacts into creatures permanently, 4/4s. That's just very nice. So we might try to splash for Taz, but I think we're pretty much locked into red-white here. Of course, this might change depending on how our uncommons look. I mean, the commons and the uncommons are, in the end, the deciding factors. So what we want to look at first are our uncommons, right? The Fall of Lord Conda is good. I mean, that's a removal spell that also gives us, where Chapter 2 doesn't do anything. However, Chapter 3 gives us a creature that draws us a card when it dies. Yeah, blue is extremely thin. Oh, I love the long reach of knife, but I don't have anything else in black. Dragon Spark Reactor, if we would splash for Tef, could be good. Tempered in Solitude is good in an aggressive deck. Flame Discharge is just simply very good. Seismic Wave is a decent removal spell. Story View is not a horrible card, but not great either. I really like Naomi. I played it twice, and both times it performed super well. Oh, we got 2 Silver Fur Masters. Look at that. It's a bit of a shame that I can't play that. I'm pretty sure I won't be playing black this time around. It would be nice. It's a good card. I mean, we will see the commons still. They're still coming up. There might be a Simic or Dimir deck. Blue-black, blue-black, green. Hot Spring is good. If we would have some strong green commons and some dual lands, we could splash for it. Sky Turtle is also very good. So the green splash. Oh, but Sky Turtle is. I'm so serious. Sky Turtle is. Sky Turtle is very good too. Cudgels looked good in aggressive decks so far when I've seen it, because it can force very bad trades, right? If you put it on a 1/1, um, when you can start pouring 4 mana into it, it means even a 1/1 is a 3/1. So either it establishes a clock, or it's going to force the opponent into bad blocks, and you can do that repeatedly with your throwaway creatures. Guidebot is nice. I mean, Guidebot is pretty universal. You can play it in almost anything. Okay, that's not bad. How about lands? Did you get any decent duels? Oh, we actually have the red-white. That's pretty good. And we have white-green, so it's not impossible to splash for the hot spring. Okay, and then let's see the comments. Wow, we got the Era of Enlightenment, and we got 2 Spirited Companions. I mean, that's just card draw in white. We got 2 Golden Tail Disciples, which is wonderful because the lifelink is very good. We have the Arrest for removal, the Sunblade Samurai for a bigger late game creature. So how does blue look here? Blue actually looks pretty decent. I mean, 4 incisions, that's absurd. But Puzzle Maker is good, Hacker is good, Koi is good, Familiar is decent. Black is not looking too bad either. It has Twisted Embrace, which is just stunningly good. And then we have in red Kami's Flare, just very, very good. Steelbreaker can do a decent job. Kami of Industry is a good spell if we get a couple of artifacts. Iron Hoof Bore is obviously very nice if we can play into the strengths of artifacts. And look, green doesn't look bad. Green is usually pretty decent. We have I like Stalker because modification can be useful. Jukai Training is basically a 3/3 for 2 unless they remove it somehow. Rebuke is almost always finds a target. Kami is good with the enchantments. And we got the Ninja's Kunai. So here is my first guess on what we could do. Here is a first guess on something we could do. And this might, of course, change. This is just a very, very, very rough first attempt at making something. Okay. How many creatures do we have? 13. That's not very good, but how many sagas do we have? We have a couple of sagas, but not a lot. Do we really want to splash for green, though? Well, the thing is, green adds a lot of the strength on the upper end of the curve. Yeah, we could get Sashiro. What if we would go with a black splash? We could get the Beetle. You're already dead is not horrible. Long Reach of Night and Twisted Embrace, and Naomi. I mean, that would add. These two cards would add a very strong removal component. And Naomi would add a good value engine. But we don't have any fixing, and we don't have any ways to make sure that we get the Twisted Embrace is double black. Yeah, that's a big problem, right? Yeah, that's just a big issue. Green, what else does green have? Jukai Trainee, the two Stalkers, Master's Rebuke, Story Weave, Emergence. Actually, Web Spinner Scuff isn't bad either. Almost everything is decent, so. Right, so this is how we would look with the green splash. Would we be able to do a blue splash? A blue splash, and a blue splash would make sense if we would play Tef. Tef would need a couple of artifacts, so we can discard things and we can turn things into 4/4s. So most likely with Tef we would want to play things, maybe something like this. Tef. White is not really negotiable. I think the land, which is also a removal spell, Invoke Justice, which is guaranteed to make a very good. We have good card draw. We have good removal. We have some good aggressive creatures. Yeah. So the trick is, what is the plan, right? If I insert pretty artificially this blue plan, it's a strong component, but it doesn't synergize with the rest. Sorry, everyone. Because the rest of the deck would want to go aggro, right? And it wants to dump the hand, clear out the blockers, get in, and just get a little bit of card advantage, but basically just hit the opponent in the face and close out the game as soon as possible. I think our white-red removal suit is actually very good. I don't think we need black. Splashing black looks very risky. Very cool, but very risky. And here in blue, like none of the blue cards are super strong. They're all very nice, but they're just not. I mean, except obviously Tezzeret. That level that I would want to risk the splash. Green is the only color really where I'm very tempted to splash. And one reason is the Hot Spring. The Hot Spring would work so well with the rest of our deck. Everything would be happy to get counters because the creatures we do have are pretty small. The Saga creatures are also rather small. Yeah, almost all our creatures are basically tiny, so they would benefit a lot from the Hot Spring. And Tanuki is just a good spell. Tales of Master Seshiro is a good spell. Preserver is a fairly flexible, good spell. Kami is very nice. It can bounce a lot of things. Yeah. So, I think what we're gonna do, nevertheless, is since our curve is pretty low overall, we don't have a lot of high curve place. We can go down one more. And I might include the Steel Breakers simply because it has decent stats. How many artifacts do I have? Can I play the reactor? 6 artifacts. Oh, wait a moment. 6 artifacts. Katana. How many warriors and samurai do I have? 2 warriors and 2 samurai. Katana isn't bad, but it's also not amazing. Yeah, I think we can go down one mountain. Do a bit of removal. So these are our creatures. It doesn't look bad, but it's also not aggressive enough. It's not like a chunky green deck or something. And then these are our spells, and yeah, a bunch of them. Basically, these are removal spells. This is a combat trick, but that amounts roughly to the same. So we have 6 of these. And then these are different forms of card advantage to refill. I mean, with plus the Spirited Companion, plus the Towashi Guidebook can draw us cards. And if we get the Fragment of Kondan, it dies, that can also draw us a card. So maybe we... Basically, what we can do, and what we hope to do with this deck, is to get out a couple of small creatures and just simply keep the board clear enough so that they can reliably get in. And just keep getting in, and if we run out of gas, draw a couple of cards again and keep going. Yeah, alright. Wow. I'm not sure this is going to work out. That was definitely a very strange pool of cards. I mean, our white component was obviously very strong, and I would be very unjust to complain. Our red cards are a bit strange because usually red... If you're playing constructed, red can be good in a mid-range deck and also in combo decks. And then looking at X cards and then being able to pull 2 of those is good. But even that should be good. That should be good here in draft as well, right? It's a powerful thing to do in the later game if you have anything to play. Now, I mean, this is not brilliant, but it's also not horrible. But our opponent goes first, so we could mulligan. In general, I don't like to keep hands where we don't have at least 2 of our colors, but wow, the previous was better. 3 of the cards are the same, actually. Oh, this is very bad. We are doomed. We have conditional removal, which we don't really want to use on our opponent's aggressive low-cost creature. Ah, gosh. Okay, well, we get almost exactly the same cards. The shuffler didn't do an amazing job, sadly. Regent's Authority could help us out here, but I think they should discard the arrest, probably. I mean, that's what we can also cast, right? So, obviously. Um, hmm. Yeah, let's just play Solitude. Oh, it's another companion. Well, that didn't work out very well. Maybe I should have played this after we attack this turn, because yeah, because we just didn't have the mana to actually make use of it. Oh my god. Oh, now the artifact removal spell would be so good. Gosh. This is not good. Well, let's keep attacking with the doggo and see what we get. Nothing very good. Is my opponent okay with sacrificing their Hand of Enlightenment? Or... I mean, they don't really have any reason to do it, so they don't really have any reason to sacrifice it. And we can't really play anything interesting here. I mean, I think I just want to take out the arrest the Bankbuster though, because otherwise the opponent will just start drawing so many cards, and they can also crew it soon. So yeah, we don't want that. Wow, that's a good start. And they have perfect mana. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of people when they have free colors like this. Oh my god. I pulled it off a few times, but I always needed a bit of fixing or something. Nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. Well, I'm sure my opponent didn't want to use their Repel the Wild in this way, but yeah, of course it's just a very strong spell, the Bankbuster. Oh well. We just have to keep attacking and hoping to find more lands in future turns. So we have a couple of decent things going on, but because my opponent has both white and black, they have very good removal. They have very good removal in this game. So, yeah. This is just not brilliant. I think I'm going to just sacrifice the Apprentice here and give our companion the counter. Yeah. I could invoke Justice on Orisona though. Or we could... this is tricky. But for the moment, let's just go and attack like this. We might get something useful. And then, I mean, that's still a card advantage. Boar... Boar is the only card in our deck that we don't have enough mana to play at the moment. Yeah, the only 6 mana card in our deck. Everything else we could play, and almost everything else would have a target as well. Wow, that's interesting. So, what is our opponent sitting on? 1 mana white spell. I don't really know. Should we get back the Disciple, or should we get back Asari? The problem with Asari is Asari would be good, but they can just remove it with spot removal, right? Hmm. Why do I have to target myself here? Oh, I'm the target player, of course. Sorry. 4 counters. I see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this distribution. That looks alright. Yeah, so far I have exiled a few good things, and my opponent has helped me a bit with that too. Do they have another Twisted Embrace? They might. Oh gosh. Yeah, black-green is just good, and the white splash works well for my opponent too. But black-green has been very convincing. As usual, green has power, and green and black has good removal. So, and both of them have enchantments, and the enchantment synergy in green, especially with the Kami, geothermal Kami, is just amazing. It's just amazing. Well, our opponent is being very, very careful here of what they do. Which is, I mean, it does make sense, right? So we're gonna try and remove their Hand of Enlightenment. And then just go in for 5, if it's possible. Doggo will try to kill this. Yeah. Do we get to pull it off? Seems so. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. And they take back the Hand of Enlightenment rather than the Twisted Embrace. I'm not sure I would do it that way, but yeah, sure. Okay. Oh, that's good. Finally, finally things are working out for us. Yeah, that was decent, and we can play that. If they have a creature that's 2 toughness, we can deal with that too. Wow, our opponent flooded a bit, right? They drew 7. Not that horribly, but yeah, I mean they drew 7 lands out of 15. That is flooding. Not horrible flooding, but a bit, perhaps. I mean, they do have pretty decent cards, though, so yeah. Shouldn't feel too sorry for them. Right. Quite right. So, I think we're just gonna go and attack here and see what we can do. Okay, that's beautiful because we can pump it by 2. It's just gonna trade with their forest. Yep, love it. And we also hit for 5. And we're just gonna keep Eiganjo up. Yeah. We're doing very, very well on life. Yeah, that was to be expected. I mean, if someone goes black, it's really likely that they pack at least 2-3 good removal spells. And the Bankbuster started drawing cards for them. That's gonna be tough to counteract. Right, well, we just have to get in with the doggy again. Yeah, well. At least we're getting the lands out of our deck. We had so far 8, 9 lands. Yeah, that's normal. That's about normal. Out of 22 cards. Not too horrible. Not great, not horrible. Another life. Goodness, Elba. And they're hanging on to one more card. That's also a bit disquieting. Oh no, the mods. The mods. I hate the mods. Yes. The mods are so annoying. They can rake up, they can help the player rake up so much damage so quickly. Please attack with your Toshiro, Memory of Toshiro. I would be very happy if they would attack with that, but if they would attack with the Bankbuster, I would be even happier. Yes. Yes! Go for it! Go for it! Oh yes. Oh yes. Arigato! Domo arigato! Thank you so much. That was actually beautiful. And we are going to also deal with that Hand of Enlightenment, just because otherwise my opponent is going to get a lot of yeah, they're just going to get a lot of goodies of that. Well, there is no creature with mana value 4 that my opponent controls, but yeah, hey, whatever. We're gonna get 1/3 defender in 2 turns. Isn't that amazing? I think we both drew quite a few lands. I mean, opponent is at an easy 8, and we are at an easy 8, 9, 11. Well, companion is just gonna go in, and we are at easy 12 lands. We have 4 lands left in our deck. And we're gonna draw. I think we're gonna see at least 1 or 2 more lands. That is the usual distribution on Arena. Not in real life, but on Arena. Arena is a funny one. So we can cast this on the Moth for we have a modified creature, so we only need to spend 2, right? Yeah, so that's 2 damage plus 2, if I'm correct. And I really hope I am. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, the moss is gone. Very good. The Spirited Companion is gonna attack alone. And we get a creature out of it. Finally, we got 2 non-creature cards this turn, which is actually very surprising to me and quite impressive. And I will play the land just so that my opponent understands that he is not the only one who's flooding, or who's seeing a very high proportion of their lands. And they give up. They give up. Really, they can't pull anything. I mean, they could have defended easily for at least 1 more turn. Huh. I'm a little bit surprised that they gave up here. I'm not sure I would have given up. Well, to get back our gems, we need to win 6 games, which is, of course, it's ridiculous. I mean, the rewards are very poorly balanced. Yeah, I would say if we win 4, we're in an okay place. If we win 5, we can go on to Premier Draft, and well, we are still alright. We would please save up. But I mean, 5, 6 wins, it's very hard. Very hard. And I think Seal is over after 2 defeats, so it's not even like Premier Draft where you can blunder 3 times. Wow. Oh my god, One strange draw, that's for sure. All our high mana cost things. I mean, March of Reckless Joy. March of Reckless Joy is a funny one. If we get flooded, we can discard one or two lands to it. But it's only really good when it's late enough in the game for you to double spell. Yeah. I mean, imagine opening a Boar again. Yeah, that's just... Right, we have some removal, so that's good. It's a beautiful forest. I haven't seen this forest. Ah, it's one of the... It looks like a vampire forest. Actually, it doesn't look good. It looked nice, but I thought it's some kind of interesting tower or... But it's just one of these very movie postery... Yeah, one character standing in the middle. I don't know. Wizard seems to be addicted to Hollywood tropes. Some of them are so immature or childish in their style. I don't know. I just don't find it attractive. Anyway, not my problem. We're gonna remove the samurai because it can help my opponent to ramp, and I don't want them to ramp. Also, it's not just about the ramping, but I'm very happy to start getting in for some damage and also to pump my life total a bit. Should we play Reckless Joy? It could give us a land and something else to play. And I have to exile red cards, so... Yeah. I do want to do this because I really need to hit my land drops. What? Oh, so I should have specified. Oh, okay. So I messed up. Pretty badly. I see. I see what happened here. Yeah. Right. Well, that's life. And they're going to use removal on that Kami's Flare. Wow. Okay. So I should have specified 2 and then exiled a spell. And then exiling the spell would have lowered the cost by 2. And they have Tamiya. Oh my god. I mean, that's... It's pretty disastrous for us. We can't draw. Yeah, that was a huge misplay on my part. But truth be told, I haven't played this card in Arenas. Arenas interface isn't always that obvious how it is going to work. Wow, they're just going to keep my guidebot tapped, and next turn, or in 2 turns, they can just make their little spell. In trouble. I don't think I can beat Tamiyo, to be honest. I don't have anything against Planeswalkers. I would need to draw... Well, I would need all 3 creatures to survive. Draw 2 more planes. Bring back maybe the Golden Tail. And somehow pump 2 of my creatures in such a strategic way that they cannot block. That I can get in with at least 2 of them. I mean, I think my opponent is so far ahead, I'm definitely going to lose this, to be honest. I I haven't talked about Timur, to be honest. But I mean, in sealed, it really depends on what you do. I wouldn't draft Timur, but I can see why if you have a bit of good, decent quality. Wow, this is so bad. And we can activate the guide bot, but it just doesn't do anything really. It just doesn't. Oh, and this one can't even attack this turn. But let's just activate then and see what we get. Okay, companion is alright. If we ever get to 4 white mana, we're still gonna be able to. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. That can get back. It can't get back anything. Wow, 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 wow. This is one annoying game. They have a beautiful board, and they have Tamiya's Notebook as well. Any spell you cast enables them to draw for 2 mana, and they have. Wow. Man, this is beautiful. I'm very jealous right now. I admit it, I'm just very, very jelly. Let's draw a card. That's my expensive Tamiya's Notebook. Okay, that's actually good, because next turn we can invoke Justice, and that's not a bad thing. No. It's not a bad thing at all. Do we need more lands? 7 lands. Mana value 4 or greater. Neither of these has mana value 4 or greater, so. Then again, it's something I would want to have in my hands though, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna go and look for a Sky Turtle or something similar. Steelbreaker. Steelbreaker wouldn't be bad either, right? We can sacrifice the. Well, it's not really what we need though. Yeah, that's true. It's not really what we need. No, little buddy has to wait probably. It's no use getting it killed right now. So that's gonna give Tamio activations. He's just going to discard a land. Wow, my opponent has filtering. Yeah, no, I understand why they went for 3 colors. I mean, they have the Terrarium, they have the Network Terminal, they have a strong green component, and they have a very good dual card. They have double land. Wow, this just came together beautifully. Huh. Now I'm wondering whether I could have made like maybe a synergistic red-blue or something. Yeah, well, maybe. I'm just gonna kill the Ogre here. Maybe I should have kept them alive actually. And try and kill the Tamiyo next turn. Probably. Well, anyway, we're gonna draw a card of this, and the Ogre is gone. That's something, right? Not brilliant, but not horrible either. What is my opponent thinking about so much? Can they use a removal spell here, maybe? I see, I see, I see. No, that's okay. If they used up their removal spell in this way, I don't mind. I'm content with it. But they don't give any targets for me. I just can't target anything with the Fall of Lord combat, and that is very annoying. There's no cheap artifact so far, so I think we will have to invoke Justice on the Disciple. And then we divide the. We're going to divide the counters this way, maybe. I think it gets all the counters actually, because that way it can Even if they get another counter with the Roaring Earth, they give a counter to the Ogre or the Cuff, we can still defend meaningfully. Oh man, this is not good. Not looking good for us. We're gonna be beaten by Tamio here. And not just Tamio, I can't just blame Tamio, there's also my own misplay with March of Reckless Joy. But to be honest, I like March of Reckless Joy. I'm thinking this could be a good spell. Am I dead? I might just be dead. I am gonna get hit for 13 if my opponent attacks out with everything. Wow, wow, wow. Huh. That's one funny land. They do attack out with everything. What do they have in their hand, I wonder? That, my friend, I won't get to know, maybe. Might not get to know. It doesn't have haste, sadly. And everything costs 3. There's no creature which costs 4 or more. I mean, this is outrageous. This is simply outrageous. Yeah, we can go after Tamio, but we can't really. Can I draw anything at all that would help me? I'm not even sure about that. Definitely not this. So we're very, very dead here. Wow. Okay. Well done, opponent. That was pretty convincing. That was pretty convincing. I'm very, very, very dead and beaten. Yeah. Tough. I'm not sure our deck is doing well. I'm not sure our deck is doing well. Huh. Would a more aggressive, artifact-centered, black-blue value game be better? With the ninjas and artifacts? Might have been stronger, to be honest. Might have been stronger. Well, anyway, for the moment, let's try and make this work. Normally, I wouldn't keep this, but we have a good 2 mana removal and card draw, and we can buff the creature, so. Although it's always a shame if we have to use Eiganjo as a land, as an actual land. It's much, much better if we can use it as a creature, but as a removal spell, but whatever. We are doing sort of alright at the moment. I think I'm just gonna remove that so that my creatures can keep getting in relatively safely and easily. 3/3 blocker would be very annoying, but it's a very good card. I mean, that's something I like about that card, that it can actually cause a lot of troubles. Yeah, here we're just gonna play Risona, send it in, and save it if they try to block with the trainee. And they're thinking about combat spells. Yeah. Yeah. Sure, they think that I forgot about that, but that's okay. We're just gonna give it a +1/+1 counter. It's a legendary creature, so it gets it. Wow. Every opponent playing black has fantastic removal. But then again, of course, why would you play black if you wouldn't have good removal, right? And that's what pulls people into the color, and especially in sealed, when you see what you have from the start out. This is just so good. If you control an artifact and an enchant, I mean, that's demanding, but in green, black, you can make it work quite easily, actually. Look, there is the artifact creature, and the previous creature was an enchantment creature. So yeah, let's go in with one of our companions and hope to draw something decent. They're not going to trade their Prowler. Right, what should we get here? Exile my Arizona. How rude can my opponent be? I might just bring the Kami of Industry, because even though it won't bring back anything, it's still a 3/6 and it can keep attacking, and my companions can stay back. If they kill my companions, I can bring one of them back with Invoke Justice, and it's a small, of course, bringing back a 1/1 for 5 doesn't look like a great deal, but we do get the card and we do get the 4 counters on it, so it might be worth it. I'm pretty sure my opponent has some more removal though. Yeah, I'm sure they have some more unconditional removal. They always do, don't they? If people are in black. Yeah, you can sort of know. So this is a funny thing. If you're drafting and you have the rotating cards, people won't go into a color, but people go into a color and they're hoping for certain cards, right? So like they get one decent removal at the beginning and they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna give it a go with this and hope to get something similar out of it. So they might be hoping that they get more good removal, things like that. But in sealed, you don't have to hope or plan in that way, right? In sealed, you can just be, oh, I have the black removal, so I'm gonna go into black. If you don't have it, you just don't go. Imagine bringing back the boar with Invoke Justice. That sounds good. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'm very tempted by the Apprentice, because it can give something 1/1, and it would be very helpful to get through the Jukai Preserver without any big losses. That's what I was talking about, right? You don't play black if you don't have this kind of card. Does Prowler have anything else? Any other dangerous spell you can play? I mean, that's going to be a double block from me on your Prowler. Do they have a fight spell? No. I'm not sure about this. Oh well. Let's just keep hitting face. What should I go with? I mean, I should maximize the mana, right? Yeah. Yep. Good. That's pretty decent. With 3 creatures, we can hit. We can almost go for lethal, actually. If I bring the Iron Apprentice and the Guidebot, we should have enough. Yeah, we can go for lethal, because we can stack the Apprentice to the Steelbreaker, and oh, that's even better. That's even better. Finally, I get some value out of the Fall of Lord Konda. Finally, we get some value out of this card. Yep, our opponent also sees it. That's the end. Good. Our aggressive game plan worked out well in this game. We did get there. Oh gosh, it was funk. Whatever. There are funny cards in the history of Magic, let's just say that. Flunk. Yeah. Well, I do teaching at university and high schools, and I don't usually flunk people. I very, very rarely see justification in flanking anyone. Of course, we need to exercise some. My four most expensive card. We very, very rarely have good reason to do that. We need to exercise some quality control because, in the end, what a school does is sort of certify that a person has specific kinds of abilities, and in case of a university, we need to certify that the person has the abilities which go with being the member of professional community or specialist community. And in case of high school, what we sort of certify is that this person is a reasonably grown-up member of the community in the given society. They will be able to get on if they hold a job, if they do something, they will be more or less all right. And people can trust them to do a reasonable job. But there are very, very, very few people where they don't meet these criteria. And usually when they don't, the reason is not that they are not smart enough. The reason has to do more with them having some serious psychological problem or tricky. Still won't be able to get in. Wow. Or they have some personal problem at the time. Or in some cases, some people are just very, very aggressive. And yeah, these kind of cases happen. So which one is going to get the +2/+2? Okay, I think I'm just going to remove that. And then this one kills the doggo as well. So that's all right. We can't get in for much damage easily. Yep, Scrapyard Boy is exactly what I want. Because next turn I can use the apprentice to shoot something, maybe the companion. And then we sack the apprentice to the Steelbreaker. Oh, they're going to bounce it. Oh, they're going to complete it. Horrible. Lucky, lucky. Tough. Okay, let's just get in. Shush. Is there anything that I could... Well, do they have one Steelbreaker or two? I'm not sure now. If I would have two Steelbreakers, I could use the other Steelbreaker to make use of this one, but at the moment, not much I can do with it. And I keep drawing mountains when I would need really plains. Yeah, half of my mountains are here in my top 10. It's beautiful. Magic the Gathering at its best. Pagan Druid Exemplar. Oh, wow, the wave would have been so good to hold back. Anyway, we need to get rid of the moth, right? Yeah, we just need to get rid of the moth. Yep. And we will play the Discipline. Shoot down the Exemplar. And yeah. Let's see what my opponent is up to. Now it would be nice to draw the Kami of Industry and then get back the Kunai and get rid of the Companion as well. The Companion was very nice actually for them. It did hold back my Apprentice for a few turns. I mean, it's not a big difference, but if I would have had a more reasonable creature and I can push more damage, that would have mattered quite a bit. Yeah, what is my opponent up to? What is my opponent up to? They have 7 mana, they have plenty of blue, they have plenty of white. I would be very surprised if at this stage they wouldn't have a huge crab or something else that's powerful. Yeah, I won't be able to get through anything powerful at this point. I used up 3 removal spells just to get rid of these very annoying small creatures and flying creatures clogging up their board. Yeah. Have they even played the blue spell so far? I mean, Tamiya's completions, but nothing else. I wonder what the bombs are which drew them into these colors. We don't really see anything obvious, right? No, nothing obvious here. Strange. Strange things going on. What is my opponent's next step going to be? They're very slow, so they must have a couple of instant spells. Maybe some pumps, or I don't know. I wonder what. They're very, very slow. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna keep attacking. Maybe they have a ninjutsu card and they were thinking about ninjutsuing something in. But then why wouldn't they? I mean, I can't block the companion. Ninjutsu is good value. They could play the companion again afterwards. I don't know what they're sitting on, but it's very annoying. Yeah. Sometimes you encounter opponents who take it very, very seriously without the games actually having that much of an impact on anything. Yeah, we have to save Eiganjo for something stronger. No, this doesn't make our enchantment creature indestructible. Nope. And in fact, it exiles it. It wasn't wild, it was a nice fox monk. Come on. Don't do this. Exile! Another exile spell! Dude, this is very, very offensive. I can't bring back those creatures. What are you doing, opponent? What are you doing? Well, that won't do much for the moment. Yeah, neither of us drew amazingly well. Neither of us has amazing good deck. Good grief. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. With your flying 4/4 boy. Gosh. Skyblood Samurai. Okay, so our opponent is a strange chap, right? They're guaranteed to have a 1-mana blue spell. A 1-mana blue spell. What is the 1-mana blue spell that they have? I don't know. I can't imagine it very well. Yeah, this is what should have come a turn ago. I'm just gonna go and attack with this. Probably we're just gonna use up the Regent's Authority now. And yeah, that's fine. We're gonna draw a card. Sure. Yep. Draw a card. That's okay. Play Spirited Companion and hope to survive one more turn. Okay, the white mana is slowly coming. There should be quite a bit more of it in my deck. Ooh, that's gonna be some saucy pump spell. That's what they... they were holding that ninja back for probably 6 turns. It's so funny. Why though? Why did they not make... I don't understand the decision here. I don't know what they were up to, really. Yeah, they're suddenly trying to overwhelm me, but I mean, that's not gonna work that easily. Yeah, we need 3 mana, so we're just gonna have to go with the mountain, right? Yep. We're gonna have to cast this and the mountain, and then keep the doggies back. We have to shoot down the Skyblast Samurai and kill off everything else that we can. Runaway trash bot. Oh my god. Oh no. So he has... What the heck is going on? So he had all these things in his hand for a while, but he was just keeping them back and sitting there all mysteriously. So very, very strange the way my opponent played this. I absolutely don't understand. I have zero idea about what's going on here at the moment, to be honest. I have zero idea about what's going on here at the moment. Oh, they have another Tamiya's completion. But that's a good draw, yeah. I mean, I think that means that we're dead if they just attack with flying trap. Right. Why did they wait so long with the ninja? Absolutely, honestly, if someone can explain to me, please do. I would be so happy to get a couple of comments and someone going through step by step what might have been going on in my opponent's mind at that point in the game. Invoke Justice is glued to my starting hand. I think almost every game. It's among the first 10 cards I see. Arena does this somehow. Yeah, well, whatever. Is what it is. It must be hard to write a good script, right? Because you don't... Yeah, you don't randomize for each and every card, you randomize for the lands. At least it seems like that's what they did, because that's why the land ratio gets sometimes a little bit weird. Yeah, this is just not brilliant. This is just not brilliant by any standards. Whoa. I think this is going to be a quick beating. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get pummeled by my opponent here. Maybe I should have played the Iron Apprentice and equipped. I don't know. Oh well. It's a flying fox warrior. But the fox isn't... I mean, the fox is flying on this moth. Weird. Whatever. We're just gonna bring our other golden tail disciple to make our opponent happy. I should have... we have the arrest as well, so... Yeah... Gosh... I'm very, very surprised how badly the Fall of Lord Konda has lined up with my opponent's plays. And it's not like my opponents never had 4 mana value creatures. creatures with mana value 4 or greater. It's just that they always played it at different times when I had one or the other copy of these. Whoa! Everything exiles. Everything exiles in this set. It's very remarkable, the number of exiles. Yeah, that is. I think it's remarkable because it's just really good against a lot of the graveyard synergies. And I mean, not everything, obviously. I can play Intercessor's Arrest in Historic, but March of Otherworldly Light, I would maybe consider it in a sideboard, at least a copy. If something is very important to exile, yeah. It got 6 damage in. You're stuck on mana. Ah, gosh, man. This is horrible. Oh, Fall of Lord Konda. Finally! It's gonna pattern some work. Finally! Good grief, it's been time. It's been time. Yeah, for the moment we're just gonna sit back. I don't want to lose my creatures and then get into a situation where I can't make use of that +2 damage on Flame Discharge. I'm pretty sure that the Sunblade Samurai is not the biggest or last play my opponent is going to make to try and clog up the board. I'm really getting to a point where I'll have to play March of Reckless Joy for 2 and just hope to hit a land. And God, come on. This is horrible. Yeah, this is just so bad. Unbelievable. And we're not getting a land. Of course, of course. Right, so we're just gonna have to... That's 1 mana. I might even just keep that up. I might just channel the Samurai. Actually, that's not that bad, right? Yeah, we have other big creatures. I mean, I don't have to necessarily play it. But they're in Tanuki range, so I might need a big blocker. And I don't really have any good enchantment removal that can save me here. Yeah, gosh, so bad. So bad, right? So I think what I'll want to do is to kill the Fang of Shingeki with this. And kill Jukai Preserver with the Kunai. Ah, they have some tricky combat trick up their sleeve. And they're thinking very hard about how to play it. I see. Okay. Good. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna get rid of your preserver as well. Okay. So far so good. I'm quite happy with this. I'm quite happy with this. No, this is, to be honest, this is much better than what I hoped for so far. They obviously have some instant spells and they're sitting on something. Yeah, Selfless Samurai, okay. Yep, coming in for 1, okay. Yep, perfectly fine, very good. Yes, sir. Go for it. And not playing anything else. I'm gonna have a look at our next 3 cards because I need mana very, very badly. And I want to go for sure that I can find my 5th land. Oh, that actually worked out pretty decently, I would say. Yeah, I definitely don't mind bringing Solitude. And then Hero of Enlightenment is, I think, also an okay play. And we're just gonna sit back. We're gonna scry 2, and so the first card is gonna be something I draw, and the second card is gonna be something I can play. Yeah, I don't want that many lands suddenly. Yeah. There's gonna be a bunch of lands now, right? Yep. I'm actually okay with lands for the moment, so we're not really going for anything at the moment. Thank you. Thank you very much, my good sir. Yeah, I mean, we are bound to draw some lands, right? We saw 7 lands in total so far, so... And we are near halfway through our deck. We gain 2 life, and... I mean, I think we're just gonna send in the Iron Apprentice. I don't mind too much if it dies at this point. And, oh, that's very nice. We get our land out of it. That's good. That's good, yeah. That is very decent indeed. So, opponent, make up your mind about what you do. So I can play my land and move on with my life. Yeah, I think we're just gonna bring a 4/4 Vigilance. That looks pretty decent. And it can start attacking. And, yeah. Wow. Our opponent, I don't know. It's so hard to imagine what they have in hand. But they have 7 mana. But they don't want to play what they have. And it's not like a conditional, it's not a super conditional spell. It's not like something you would only play if you like really want to. Really, they just chose to keep that up. It's almost disappointing, to be honest. Huh. They might have the board wipe. That's true. They probably do Farewell. They're sitting on Farewell and they're trying to provoke me. Oh, you wily old bastard. You wily old bastard. Of course, they're trying to provoke me into playing more creatures. And they're like, the longer the game goes on, the better for them, because they're going to stock up 2-3 creatures, 1-2 good spells in their hand. And then they're just going to play Farewell. God, they're so slow. It's outrageous. How can you be so slow, my man? How can you be so slow? I know you can sacrifice your samurai. Everyone knows it. It's not something interesting or impressive. Please don't keep the game up. Yeah, it's a beautiful ability. It's a wonderful ability. It's very strong. It's very good. But you have to press Shift Enter, everyone. Shift Enter. If you have an ability like this where you can sacrifice the samurai, but you're pretty confident that you won't need to use it, your opponent passed unconditionally, you just press Shift Enter and it automatically goes to the end of your turn. Now, as you see, our opponent isn't really paying attention to the game because obviously in these situations he doesn't need to sacrifice the samurai. So there's no other explanation than that they are like sitting on the ability most of the time, and yeah, it's just not very good for anyone. Lucky that we have Tempered in Solitude, and because of that, even though they have some... Oh, really? That's what they had? Yeah, sure, let's get Plains. I'm pretty happy with that. God, it takes so long for them to do this. So long. It takes so ridiculously long for them to do it. Unbelievable. No, honestly, unbelievable. The amount of time that they're able to sit on these things is just wow. I don't know. To be honest, when I was a beginner at the game, when I didn't have a lot of routine, I was extremely defensive and extremely loath to attack. And of course, on board, they're correctly evaluating the situation that they're not doing very, very well. So, but yeah, well, whatever. It's dangerous when there are so many activated abilities on board and you're playing someone who is not decisive because the game is just gonna go so incredibly long, and it's gonna go on very 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 slowly. So I'll bring back Risona, and we're gonna give her some counters, but also to the others. And then my opponent can tap one of them. He's going to tap the Steel Breaker. Very good choice. We can go in with one creature. And now we're hitting the land drops. All the land drops are suddenly here. Beautiful. I might get rid of their patrol because I think I just want to start attacking with two creatures from now on. Yeah. I don't want them to be able to passive us. Yeah, I have enough. I have enough power with these two creatures that I can just keep going in. Yep, that's what they think as well. They agree. It's dangerous if they let me get in every time. Okay, this one I can go. We get our mountain for the turn. We also have two lands on the bottom. So we have those 2, 3, 9, 13. There are 3 more lands in there. We just have to try and yeah, just have to try and get this done. Yeah, we need to close this out. I mean, it's becoming a bit ridiculous. Our opponent is very, very slow and playing very slowly. Obviously, at many of these points, there isn't much to decide. I imagine they're busy or they're not really paying attention. Many people are watching videos or doing other things while they're playing Magic, sadly. So that must be the situation here as well, and they're just wasting our time, to be honest. What is so hard about this? I simply don't understand. If you have the mana and have an ability that says you can't lose the game, why would you not use it? It's um Okay, so what do we want to do now? We might want to... I think we're just gonna go with the steel breaker, and we're gonna sack the other steel breaker to it, and yeah, they're gonna let me get in. Lord, why do I have to play someone who can't click a button? I know it's not easy to click. You know, every time you click, you feel like, oh my god, is it okay to click? Maybe it's dangerous. Maybe my opponent has something. But you have to think in advance. Is it realistic that at that point your opponent has a removal spell? Is there anything in particular they might have, actually? And, once you think about these things and realize that, no, actually they don't, at that point, you should always attack or push the button. You can also push space in these cases, and if you push space, it's even faster. How very vilely. Oh, my opponent is a fox, a clever fox. Clever fox. Well, we're going to remove this boy. Opa. Okie dokie. Very good. And really can't do anything with that, can we? Not really. I'm quite happy with my opponent being on 2 at the moment. Yeah, the problem is he's gonna have enough creatures throughout the game to survive this. Yep. I don't have anything else I could play, I think, to defeat them. No, not really. No, it's just lands. Yeah, the 2 bottom cards are lands as well, so... Wow. Yeah. This is gonna be sad. This is gonna be a sad loss on my part. I wish they would have a bigger mana cost creature, and then they could, then I could just exile it. But most likely, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do. Oh, there is, actually. Okay, wait a moment. Is this an artifact creature? It's an artifact creature. But that one isn't an artifact creature. Oh, that's good. That's good. So that might help. But then they're dead. Thanks God. Finally. I totally forgot about seismic wave. Oh gosh, this opponent had patience, and they were really just trying to deck me. Alright, we're on 3 wins, not too bad, and I'm going to take a break. I'm gonna go cook dinner, and I'm going to continue this video later. Thank you all for watching so far and bearing with me. So we are at 3-2 at the moment, not doing brilliantly, but I believe that Boros can get us to, say, 5 wins. 5. I would be very happy with 5. Anyway, see you tomorrow.